My name is Dr. Peter Richtsmeier, and I'm a PhD, and I have C's or CCSLP. I really like this field. It sort of combined interests that I'd had for a long time, an interest in therapy and working with people in a kind of clinical setting, as well as an interest in language. My courses relate to child speech and language development, a little bit also with literacy, and in my lab we really look at child speech, how it develops, and sometimes why kids make errors in their speech. When you have a PhD, you oftentimes are in school for a very long time. It was really exciting to come to Oklahoma State and be working, bringing my own clinical experience into the classroom to help students understand what assessment and treatment look like, helping students understand what that process is like has been a lot of fun. Well, most of my courses are with graduate students, and working with graduate students is both a challenge and a pleasure. Graduate students really want to know what they're going to be doing with the information that they receive in class. And it has been more challenging in many ways than I thought it would be to make sure that that's what I'm teaching about. I look forward to the challenge of helping students learn about and appreciate things that maybe they don't think that they need, but they do. And research, of course, is a big example of that. But ultimately, I think that as a program, we want students to be trained so that they are experts and they're among the best in the field, not just the first 5 years out of school, but for their entire lifetime. I love being a part of our field, and I love being in it here at Oklahoma State University. I like the fact that our program really emphasizes clinical training, is looking to grow in a variety of ways. Every time I turn around, I see something new or exciting happening, and I love being a part of that. I work with kids a lot. I love working with kids, and I do that in a variety of ways. We talk about that in my classes and in my lab. We have kids come in. I do a little bit of nonprofit work where I do a lot of evaluations for kids, especially if there's kind of been family problems and they need help, put it together the language piece of what kids might need. Research was easy because that was something that I had even before the clinical experience. And I love research for a lot of reasons, but I think that the idea that you are helping create knowledge, and in particular for me, creating clinical knowledge, so doing research that might be valuable to a clinician working with a kid somewhere down the line. Really mostly work with young kids between the ages of 3 and 5. I think that age is really interesting because they have developed a lot of their abilities in terms of being able to talk. They can talk, they're happy to talk about a variety of things, but they still struggle in a couple of ways. In particular, I'm interested in the things that help them become more accurate speakers, but also the things that kind of trip them up. So what kinds of things make it so that, a 3-year-old thinks they're saying the right thing, but in fact they're not. I think that the field of communication sciences and disorders is a great field for anybody that likes working with people. I think it's a great field for anybody who wants to feel like they have a lot of possibilities in front of them in terms of where they might work. And I mean that in a variety of ways, not just the fact that we have our students go off to schools and hospitals and clinical and skilled nursing facilities, but also that there's a huge demand for speech-language pathologists. And we have students who leave our program and go to work all over the country because the demand is so high. I think that's really nice.